Like, it's so serious. I had to get my drink. I had to take a sip. Oh my God. Hey there, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Courtney and I am a professional mermaid tail maker from Vancouver, Canada. I have been making mermaid tails since 2006 when I started my mermaid adventures. I am also a certified holistic nutrition and health coach. I'm a Finiste ambassador. I have my AIDA level 1 certification in freediving. If you'd like more information on who I am and what it is that I do, you can check me out over on vancouvermermaid.com. But for the purposes of this video, I just wanted to give you guys a brief idea of who I am and what I do. So your child would like a mermaid tail. Let's face it, that's why you're here. You want to know if your kid's gonna be safe in a mermaid tail. I'm gonna just level with you straight up. I'm not a parent, okay? But I have been around a lot of kids in and out of mermaid tails. Because this is also my business, I do take this very seriously. I'm not just gonna tell you that your kids are gonna be safe in a mermaid tail and you're just gonna take that for what it is and go. I would actually like to have a conversation with you now, and I'd also like to give you some options. If you're not comfortable with your kids being mermaids, I just would like to give you an idea of how you could approach it that will hopefully make you feel a little bit more confident and secure, and also give your kid the sort of freedom to explore who they are beyond the four walls of society. So to get started, you want to know, are mermaid tails safe? So the basic answer to that is mermaid tails are as safe as you make them. And I know that's quite a loaded answer. What does that even mean? Before you can decide whether or not to get a mermaid tail for your kid, you need to ask yourself, is my child responsible? Is my child a good swimmer? Has my child proven their love for this rather expensive hobby? Will they stick at it? Do they take instructions well? There's just a lot of factors that you need to take into consideration. This is above and beyond whether or not it's safe. Because I've been doing this since 2006, and knock on wood, I've had a pretty good experience. I am also crazy careful about how I do it, how long I'll swim for. I never swim alone. But if you are blanket labeling it and letting your kid know, like, no, this is just dangerous. Kids find ways of doing things. We were all there. I'm sure you remember your parents at one point or another telling you you should or couldn't or can't, or don't you dare ever do X, Y, or Z. And let's be honest, did you find a way to do it? Did you find a workaround? Did you get in trouble? Did you get grounded? Did something horrible happen? Did nothing happen? Were you totally fine? Like, it's all a conversation, basically. But I think the worst thing that could be done is to tell somebody that no, they just can't do something, because I'm living proof that there is always a way, okay? You will always find a way if you want something bad enough. There is a way to do it. But yeah, before you dive off the deep end and try to decide whether or not a mermaid tail is the right thing for your little one, it is important to assess the situation. And if you feel like it is your decision, this is your kid, this is not my kid, this is your kid. So what I'm telling you doesn't mean for squat. It has to be up to you. You have to be comfortable with it, okay? But here are some things that you could potentially look at to help make yourself feel more comfortable with it. Swim lessons. Some places even offer mermaid swim classes. You could tell your kid, look, I would like you to work up to this point, and at this point, we'll talk about you getting a mermaid tail. You have to pass your swim classes. You have to show me that you're responsible in your mermaid tail. If it's something that you don't want to pay for, if you're somebody who has an allowance for your child, you could say, okay, you're gonna work up to this. Get a picture of the mermaid tail they want, stick it on the wall, and say, okay, every time you do your chores, it's gonna gain you X amount of points towards your mermaid tail. You can get as creative as you want with that, right? But it doesn't have to be a straight up no. That's pretty soul crushing. Mermaiding has so many benefits. I should do an entire video on that. But mermaiding has so many benefits, both health benefits, mental benefits, your social benefits. Like, it is a wonderful, wonderful hobby. And if you compare it to anything else that exists in life, snowboarding, skating, skiing, biking, hiking, riding horses, whatever you've got, everything you do has a certain level of risk that is associated with it. Sports in themselves are risky. I was a field hockey player for, I don't even, like 10 years. I had a ball in the head. I had somebody put a stick up in my face and break my glasses. I cracked my knee very badly. Like, there's a lot of things that could go wrong just stepping off the curb in the morning on your way to work. Do you know what I'm saying? So putting a big cloud of danger around something instead of saying, okay, how could we make this a success? It's important. Now, if you are a parent and you do have a child who's kind of bullying you and pushing you into getting them a mermaid tail and you don't want to because they haven't proved to you that they're, it's a thing you have to sit down and bite that bullet and be like, okay, you know, my mom used to do that with me. Like, Courtney, no, you haven't shown me that you're responsible. You haven't shown me that you're able to be a responsible person to handle the situation. This wasn't mermaid tail related because my mom was at the pool with me every 5 minutes when I drag her out there. Swim lessons are just a great place to start. Swim lessons, mermaid lessons, getting your kid a pair of flippers, letting them have some fun in the shallow end of the pool, seeing if they're really actually interested in it in the long term, because mermaiding can be expensive. Mermaid tails, like, I make mermaid tails, so that part's not as expensive for me because I'm not out paying another tail maker to make me my goods. But if you have to go and buy your kid a mermaid tail and they grow, and then you gotta buy them another mermaid tail and then another mermaid tail, you want to make sure that they're actually going to appreciate this as the hobby that it is. It can be such a great outlet for so many things in life, as an emotional outlet, a creative outlet, a place to meet other like-minded individuals. And in a world where there is just so much hurt and sadness and stuff going on, like, mermaiding can be such a good outlet and such a good escape for kids, and a way to help deal with things. I know it helps me on the daily. Hopefully that gives you just a little bit of an idea. Mermaiding tails are as safe as you make them. And if you are responsible and you've given your child all of the tools and all of the instruction and all of the things that they need that can set them up for the best possible experience, then I would say it's no different than, say, skiing or horseback riding or any of these things. And if we're worried about drowning, which is a very real possibility, but it is also a very real possibility in any aquatic sport, whether you're somebody who's out there surfing or you're somebody out there snorkeling, maybe you're a synchronized swimmer or you're a free diver, or you're just at the pool doing your laps. That's just a fact of life. We don't breathe underwater. It is the truth. We don't breathe underwater. Boy, if we did though, wouldn't that be nice? But they're all things that you are completely valid in being concerned about. But making sure that you can have that kind of open conversation with your kid and just be like, you know, hey, child of mine, this is why I'm feeling this way. And for any of my subscribers out there watching this, we as mermaids have a responsibility to remind people that safety has to be an absolute first. We do not just throw on a tail and hope for the best. That is how accidents happen, okay? So I didn't make this video to scare you or to give you, I hope I didn't give you more concerns than I answered. If you are a parent and you would like to reach out to me and ask me like, hey, what do you think on this situation? I am very happy to answer your emails. My email is in the description box down below. And if for some reason it's not, it's vancouvermermaid@gmail.com, and you can just shoot me a message and we can talk about it. So I hope this gave you a little bit of a breakdown and some information and things to take into consideration when you're considering letting your child use a mermaid tail for the first time. And let me know if you've got questions, if you have success stories, all that good stuff. This is what the community is here for. We want people to enjoy this hobby and to enjoy this sport and to do it successfully and safely. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification as well so you never miss an upload. I look forward to seeing you all in my next video. Thanks for watching and happy swimming. Bye!